greener grounds just outside of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. And joining me is the owner and operator, Viktor Schulz. Viktor, you got quite a commercial aquaponics and hydroponics operation here.
Yes.
Let's first start talking about the differences of aquaponics versus hydroponics.
Yeah, different is we have fish and we have biofilter. Everything is biology.
Okay, and so this system behind us is aquaponics that we're talking about.
All what you see here in this building is aquaponics.
Okay, so and we've got some giant tanks back there that are holding what kind of fish?
Yeah, tilapia.
Tilapia, okay.
This is warm water fish.
Okay.
Very important for Oklahoma.
So they're very hardy fish, and of course they're putting the fertilizer into the water system, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the biology that happens then after that.
Yeah, this is what we do. We feed the fish, and fish have solid and liquid. So everything going to biofilter, and first become ammonia. And first tanks we have also ammonia, and then
which is a toxic nitrogen.
This is toxic.
Right? Yeah.
And this is bad bacteria.
Yeah.
And this bad bacteria runs also to another tank, to another filter.
Okay.
And this is nitrite bacteria. So, and this nitrite bacteria is very good, only very bad for the plants.
Okay.
So, this nitrite bacteria runs to another tank, nitrate bacteria.
Okay.
And this nitrate bacteria become a good bacteria for plants.
So that bacteria then converts your bad nitrogen into your good nitrogen that's usable for the plants at that point.
Yes.
Now I noticed there's kind of a unique component in one of those filters. It looks like pinwheel pasta in there or something. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, this is also tank where we have nitrate bacteria, and all water runs from the fish, from ammonia, nitrite to nitrate, and this is also, we have some spacer to multiply and become also more from good bacteria.
Right. Okay.
So, and this is also this tank where we have also this very strange plastic.
So you need that surface area for that bacteria to really grow, and of
Yeah.
course you got oxygen, right? Oxygen's important.
And this bacteria grows when we have is enough oxygen and food. This nitrite bacteria.
Right. So once that good nitrogen has now been converted through the system, what happens? How does that water then flow into individually each one of these, or can you talk about how it gets into these tanks behind us here?
Yeah, this is, we built our system. This is commercial, and everything, you cannot see everything runs underground.
Okay.
So only what you see, this is rafter, and from the tanks, this water, good bacteria, runs to the plants and return again clean water to the fish.
Back to the fish.
Yeah.
So the plants are actually an important component also for the fish then, right? Because they're further cleaning that water.
Yes, this is also a filter. Biology filter is best filter for the fish.
Yeah.
We have clean water.
Okay.
Nice fish, no smell.
And your fish look very healthy. I mean, I've never seen such huge tilapia. I kind of asked you if there was a magnifying glass on them because they look so massive.
Yeah, this is also important. When you have aquaponics and you like good plants, healthy, nice, you have to give good food. And this is also, we feed our fish also with purina. Special for this fish.
Oh, okay. Okay. So even the inputs of the fish food are important to the whole system, right?
Very important.
Yeah. So let's talk about, so the hydroponics has eliminated the fish aspect, but you still don't have any soil. So let's talk a little bit about how those plants are growing. What's that system of hydroponics that you're using?
Yeah, hydroponics, this is also a system, dripping system. And all what we need also to support roots. So, and this is Purolite what we use as well. People have different system,
Right.
different kind of product as what you support.
Yeah, I've seen clay, so y'all are using perlite. Okay.
Yes, and we find for us much better Purolite. So we put we plant seedlings in the Purolite, and then we have a dripping system. This in 30 minutes, so 5 minutes drips in the system.
Okay.
So, and this is all what plants need all fertilizer with the water, right pH.
Right.
So, and then everything is going good.
Okay, and they're trellised up and stuff in there. So I didn't see any tanks. Where are the tanks for that water system?
Yeah, normally people put underground tanks. So I'm from construction, so I decided to build a basement. So, and I put everything in the basement, and we control all our hydroponic from the basement.
Okay. So I know a lot of times that for the home gardener, we're often thinking, you know, NPK and that sort of stuff. But you also have to provide micronutrients. So does the fertilizer that you're using also provide that as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So we put together two components, and then we add in the water, prepare a tank with all fertilizer for tomatoes.
Okay, all right. So I know one of the kind of counterintuitive things is that we know plants need oxygen in their root system also.
Yeah.
So how is that oxygen being provided when they're literally sitting in water, it seems
Yeah,
like?
and this is number one by Aquaponics.
Uh-huh.
So when you put the seedlings in the flows, they die.
Uh-huh.
So they cannot breathe.
Okay.
So you have to put accident in the water. And this is what
Yeah.
you see when you, so this is bubbles,
Oh, okay.
and this is air stones. We have blower, this all air blowing through the air stones and become accident for
So there's
the plants.
so even though they're sitting in water, they're still provided with enough oxygen that their roots can have that and take them up.
Yeah, when you put not enough air stones,
Yeah.
you can see these waves in between the plants not growing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So you have to put enough air stones, enough oxygen
Okay.
for the plants.
Well, Victor, I understand it's your wife that kind of handles the plant side of it. So if you don't mind, I'm going to
Yeah.
go try to find her if that's okay.
Yes, we can talk to my wife.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, Irene. I hear you're the plant lady. So tell us a little bit. It looks like you were inspecting for insects. You've got a couple of crops here, it looks like. Do you guys have insects? I mean, you're in a controlled system here.
Yes, but we still have sometimes comes in butterflies or
Okay.
we got caterpillar and sometimes white flies
Okay.
and thrips. So,
Okay,
yes.
yeah, so you get insect pressure too. Let's talk a little bit about the two crops that you're growing here, tomatoes and lettuce, but there's some varieties in here. Can you share with us some of those different varieties that you're growing?
Yes, in the tomatoes we have two varieties. We have the beefsteak tomatoes and the cherry tomatoes, but different kinds of cherry tomatoes. So we have a variety like elm tomatoes, call
okay.
them, because they all mix yellow, red, and
Oh, very
different
nice.
kind of.
Makes your salad colorful, right?
Yes, and yeah, the children like the very much them.
So, and on the lettuce side of things, what all are you growing over there?
We have every week we are seeding 6 varieties, and 5 of them we're changing
Okay.
constantly. Some of them, but we are seeding every week about 3,000 to 4,000 lettuce seeds, and then we They grow up for a week. They're standing in the seedling room where it's controlled environment, so they have enough heat or warm
Right.
and humidity, so they sprout there.
Okay.
And then we put them out into the base. First in 120 holes so it's not so much space taking away. And then we put them after a week again out into the bigger, all the other rafters.
Yeah, so just like we would have to kind of up pot, a transplant, right? We would
Yes,
have to move it up to
transplanting,
give
yes.
it more room to grow.
Yes,
You're
so-
basically doing that on the floats to give them a little more
Yes.
spacing on there
Yes,
too.
exactly,
Okay.
yes.
So how long are they in production from when you start the lettuce seed through the finished product?
So usually it's about 6 weeks. Some of them, like romaine, have a little bit longer, for 5 to 6 days.
Okay.
They can,
So you've got romaine, you've got red and green leaf
butter,
lettuce.
yeah, butter heads and crunchy
And
lettuces.
Tell us a little bit about how you've organized those floats to make harvest a little bit easier.
So we plant on the one side and put in and then we just push them forward. And as they grow up, we harvest in front, and so the next one comes again. We wash the rafters and disinfect them
Okay.
and put them with the next plants again in.
So you're literally able to take your harvesting right down the center of your greenhouse
Exactly,
as they
yes.
both come towards you.
Yes,
That's
yes.
pretty neat.
Just-
So obviously these tomatoes are completely different, and I mean, if anybody doubted that tomatoes was a vine, you can see it for sure here. It looks like mainly indeterminate tomatoes that you're growing.
Yes.
So tell us about this unique system of, it almost looks like yarn you've got tangled
Yes.
around here. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we are growing them for 10 months, up to 1 year, depends the variety. And we lower them every week, pour food down, and lean them to the side as we prune them and
So they're,
things and-
yeah,
so
so I won't have to reach up there. By the time those are ripe, they're going to be further down here, right?
exactly. We harvest just down here,
Okay.
and as they grow and ripen, we just harvest on this area here. Down
So again, you got the ripe product coming down to you.
there. Yes.
So this particular plant, like we're looking at, is not necessarily to this or that bucket. It's to maybe several buckets down the way.
Yes, yes. It depends how long it grows, so it can up to 30 feet.
Okay.
We have the trails here.
That's fantastic. Well, they look very happy and healthy. Can you tell me a little bit, like, are you harvesting this stuff daily, weekly, and where is it going?
We're harvesting 2 times in the week on the tomatoes.
Mhm.
So, and we give them to a union school, are buying them for the children, and also food bank and the cherry tomatoes. They are going to resource stores. We sell them in the resource.
Oh,
Like,
that's fantastic.
yes.
Okay, so we can get fresh fruit at our Resource grocery store here. So.
Yes, yes.
Well, Irene, thank you both, to you and your husband, for allowing us to come visit you guys today.
Thank you. This
Thanks.
is my pleasure.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.